New costume project unlock. I just watched the Witcher 4 trailer and I totally felt in love with the girl who's supposed to get sacrificed in the trailer. The girl whose name is Mioni, and I will try to reproduce her costume. For this, I will try to create some embroidery files to reproduce all the patterns she has on the dress, on the collar, on the bottom of the dress, on the sleeves. There is several patterns, very interesting patterns that I want to reproduce, and I will try to find the correct motif for the ribbons she had on her headpiece and on her belt. I'm gonna try to find something close enough because I don't have the skills now to create exactly the same pattern by making the ribbon myself, but I will learn a new skill, making a flower crown. I love the flower crown on a costume. It's very beautiful. I love the flowers, and I will do with artificial flowers. I have all my plan in mind. Now, let's go to the creation of the costume. So to start this project, I've started with designing all the embroidery designs on my computer. It was the first time I did some cross-stitch style embroidery with my machine. I did some first tests to determine the size of the stitch I need to do. So it was the first test. The cross stitch is way too small, too big, too big, and this is my second test. I'm very happy with this one. I think it's gonna be very nice. It's the pattern we found on the bottom of the dress. I did another test with the collar design. It helped me to determine that this is not thick enough. I changed it, and to not have to embroider it again, I did a print test. I also printed the sleeves pattern and a test for the bottom of the dress. To do the embroidery, I use some stabilizer, tear-off stabilizer, like this. It's this one. Cotton soft tear-away stabilizer. It's very practical. It stabilizes the embroidery very easily. I'm very happy with it. And I use the same for the collar test I did. I can't wait to do it on the final dress, but before that I need to pattern it. Yay! To make my pattern, I use some old bed sheet that I draped on my sewing mannequin. I'm not very good at explaining how to drape fabric. I did it on feeling, but to make it simple, I cut some part to smooth my fabric on the mannequin. Then, with an erasable pen, I placed the placement for the big motif on the chest part, and where I will put all the seams of my dress. The second part of the process was to put my fabric on my sewing table, then clean up all the seam placement that I did. To clean up all the marks I did before, I used some very useful tool, a simple ruler and a special one who's called a French curve, to do the curved placement like the collar and the sleeve placement. It's very nice to have one. I really recommend it. I have a lot of fabrics, okay? It's been 15 years that I do cosplay, and maybe I'm like a hoarder, I don't know. So, for this project, I have choice with this cotton fabric. I guess it's an old bedsheet or something like that. It's already hemmed, but it's a little bit see-through. I will need a lining if I use this one. And I have several white cotton fabric, very stiffer, so it's not gonna be a flowy dress if I use this one. I'm really hesitating. I think I'm gonna try this one. We'll see. Hello there! It was like something like a month since I last filmed, but good news, I finally have a fabric that I'm satisfied with for the dress. At the beginning I wanted to use this cotton fabric that I had in my stash, but I crave for texture, so I wanted to buy another fabric. I waited this one like 3 weeks. The seller took almost 2 weeks to send it to me. I'm very disappointed. It's cotton. It was supposed to be cotton linen-like, but it's very very thin, very see-through, and a little bit stretchy. So I absolutely can't embroider it. At last, I finally find my absolute favorite. It's linen, a little bit stiff linen. It's very nice. It had a very nice texture. It's already pre-washed, and I'm gonna start embroider it. I'm gonna start embroidering it tonight. You have understood me. Let's go! It took me some days to make the embroidery because I needed to place properly each pattern to have a very continuous pattern on the bottom of the dress, on the sides of the dress, and on the sleeves. The first step was to put the stabilizer in the hoop, then trace some little line to place properly my fabric. Then I put some temporary glue to put my fabric on it and don't have to pin it. Then I can embroider it. It was tricky, tedious, and very time consuming. After a few days of embroidery, I just finished the back panel. I still need to finish the hem and everything, and I need to finish the front panel. There is some failure. I wasn't very good to align my embroidery hoops, but I think I can fix it by hand to hide my failures. After many days of embroidery, it was time to remove my stabilizer. At this moment I had a lot of regrets because I could have used some water-soluble stabilizer, but I chose tear-up one, so I needed to remove my stabilizer with tweezers, because if I don't, I will have my fabric very too stiff. Hello! I'm just coming back from work, and yesterday night I finished to serge all the dress, all the main parts of the dress. Also, all the main embroideries are finished. I also embroidered the sleeves. I need to finish the sleeves to assemble everything, and I also have to finish the embroidery of the collar, but I wanted to have the almost finished piece to do it because I wanted to have the right curve and the right placement before doing anything else. I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome, even if it took way much longer than I thought to do this costume. But I'm very close to the end because I also have almost finished the headpiece. I just need to add some little branches to it, but it's raining outside, so I will wait when it's better. To finish the collar embroidery, I decided to do it by hand on my sewing machine with a wide zigzag stitch instead of doing it with the embroidery machine. So I had more control of the curve. Then I traced and cut and serged some facing pieces to finish properly the collar. After that, I gave it a good press with my iron, but it was the moment I realized that my fabric are fraying too much so I need to find a solution to don't have hole between my main fabric and my facing. Since this already worked well for the part close to the neck, I decided to overlap my embroidery and my facing with a white zigzag stitch to secure them together all over the low-cut neckline. At last, I gave a good press all over the hems, then it was time for a first full try. First try of the almost finished dress. I'm pretty happy. I will need to secure my boobs because this cleavage is very, very deep. I still need to add some adjustments. The sleeves are very low on the shoulders, so I've pinned this one to adjust it, and I will do the same on the other side. And I've pinned the fabric for the sleeve, the rest of the sleeve, so I'm almost done. I can't wait to finish it. I reported all my adjustments on the second sleeve, then start to unpick both of the sleeves. With my French curve, I traced the new sleeve placement on both sides. The red fabric that I use for the sleeves head is a nice cotton from my stash that I owned for years, and it was perfect for this project. I cut, serged and sewn together each of the sleeves, and it was time to sew them to the dress. I just finished to put the sleeves together, and let's appreciate this beautiful seams alignment and nice finish with the alignment of the embroidery at the bottom of the sleeves. I'm super happy, even if nobody will see it. One good press on all last finished seams, then we can pass to the finishing touches. I'm gonna look on my stash if I have the right ribbon to go on the sleeves to finish the sleeves. I have some polyester and I have this one. I hope I have enough length to do the sleeve, or I have some cords, but I think the ribbon will look better. Let's go! The dress is almost done. I just need to fix the hem. I just pressed it with my iron, the hem here and on the bottom of the dress. And I'm super happy. I fixed all the things that was bothering me. I've put myself in front of a good TV show, then work on the invisible hem for some hours. I just finished the invisible hem on all the dress, here and in the sleeves. So it's mean that the dress is finally finished! Yay! Now let's move on to creating the flower crown. First, I've cut a piece of aluminum wire, making it slightly longer than the circumference of my head. I then wrapped the end of the wire around each other to form a secure circle. Next, I took some artificial flowers and carefully removed the flower's head and leaves. I only want to keep the flower's button and the leaves for this crown. Once I have all the elements ready, I begin attaching them to the wire. I used hot glue to secure the flowers and leaves in place, making sure they are evenly spaced. To add an extra security and a nice touch, I've wrapped and glued some green ribbon around the wire. The ribbon is from my stash, it's like cotton ribbon, but I guess you can use every ribbon. The process is not very complicated. It's just patience and be careful to not burn yourself with hot glue. I almost finished to build the crown. I still need to add some little branches to complete this crown, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's cute, and I look so cute with it. Hey, it's me, the girl who's gonna be killed by a village to feed an horrible creature. But I'm so cute. with this little crown.
For the rest of the headpiece, I used some ribbon that I buy online with a design close to the original. I was not feeling to weave ribbons from scratch for this project. I cut in each section, then secure them with a zigzag stitch so they do not fray. At last, I made a simple linen tube with the same fabric that the dress and sewed all my ribbons on it. And with that, my Mioni cosplay is finally finished. I can't wait to show you the reveal.